definition before Socrates and after Socrates, like you have before Christ, after Christ. Socrates, we could say, really ushered in a whole new era where there they got really serious about demystifying reality. They wanted to know what is really happening. You can say that the Greek philosophers are realists, the first realists, and the first more scientific way of seeing things. So in a way, it's quite radical what Socrates was proposing. It's a radical thinking. And you may or may not know that he was sentenced to death after that, right? After teaching for many years for corrupting the youth. So even in a democratic Athens, he still challenged the status quo. Now he had his way of, he could have escaped the death. He could have had a way to be snuck out. He was asked, you know, do you want us to sneak you out? Because he had connections, as you would say. But he said, no, I'm going to live and die by my values, which is very brave when you think about it. I mean, would you be willing to die for your beliefs? So that's why, in a sense, he is like the way Jesus Christ died on the cross for his beliefs. Socrates is a kind of Greek Jesus Christ, we can say, who died for the belief of questioning our thoughts, daring to question our thoughts. And I'm sure you know for today, this is still a very risky business, questioning authority and questioning thoughts.
Still people getting killed for that.
Still people getting killed in various countries for that. So that's one reason I became fascinated with Socrates, especially. And the way he would do it is that he would not dictate. He would not say, this is my dogma, these are the 10 commandments, and you must follow it. He didn't have such a dogmatic system that people had to follow. His method was something we call meiftic. Meiftic comes from meas. Meas is the woman who helps women give birth, because his mother was that was her profession. She helped women give birth. So as we pull out the baby from the womb, he would pull out the truth from his students. So he would say, you have to believe in this, you have to believe in this, you have to believe in this. He would say, like, what do you believe about yourself and what your future holds for you? And he would say, I believe this, you know. And he would say, well, why is that? Where do you base that on? Say, oh, well, you know, my father did it this way. He'd say, well, was your father always right? You know. So he would just be like a kind of lawyer, pulling out the truth, the man. And another thing he began was this sense of that we don't know, actually. We don't know things. We think we know, but we don't know. So he was very modest, you know. Some people would call him like the most wisest man in all of Greece. And he would say, well, no, I'm the person who knows the least. Because he's wise enough to know how much he doesn't know. So that's something I admire in Socrates, that modesty, that not dictating what we should think, but having us start thinking, critical thinking. And so you can say that the Western civilization, although I don't like to make a separation between East and West, the Western civilization began building on this way of thinking, questioning our thoughts,